Yes, my people, welcome back to another reaction, man. Fulham 2, Chelsea 1. What can I say? Well deserved. Well deserved. Maybe from now on we can stop talking about the title race. Now, don't get it twisted though. We were never, you know, in the conversation of winning the league. But, you still want to win your games anyway. Don't get me wrong. Again, Fulham is a good team. Like coming into this game, we knew how difficult of a team Fulham is. They drew to Liverpool, of course. Liverpool had 10 men, and then they also drew to Arsenal. And last season when we played them as well, I think we drew, but again, they were the better team. So you know, it was never going to be an easy match. But what frustrated me the most is we actually started well. When you look at our first, say, 10, 15 minutes, we were playing really, really, really well. And then we got our goal from Cole Palmer. Good goal, by the way. He just said that, we're not going to talk about it because now we lost. It's one of those goals where if we had won the match, we were going to talk about it. But now we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about the downfall of Chelsea. Now, I'm not trying to be um, too dramatic about it, but it just sucks, man. It fucking sucks. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, 15 minutes, first 15, 20 minutes of the game, really, really well. I'm enjoying my football. And then all of a sudden, we just dropped. I don't know whether it's because we got our goal, but it felt like I was watching Everton again. You know, at first, I'm thinking maybe we're just trying to stay composed and not trying to be erratic and not trying to make some fucked up decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm also looking for a second goal. Was not coming. And then I got to your point, Fulham was starting making substitute, and I'm thinking now they're gonna change the game because the way they were defending, even when they were 1-0 down, it looked to me like they were always going to look for that chance or half chance that they'll capitalize on, and it was always going to come from their substitute. Now they got that. Now you already know it's a long day. Now you got 10 minutes to go. So yeah, man, listen, I think we deserve to lose that game. We deserve to lose that game. I didn't think Chelsea did enough to win the game. I didn't think we did enough to win the game, and that sucks because at the end of the day, we can talk about not winning the league, but you also want to stay in and about. Now, if Liverpool is to go and win their game, which they definitely will, they're playing Leicester City anyway at home. They're gonna be 6 points ahead of us with a game in hand. Now I'm not even worried about Liverpool because they already win the league anyway. Because I didn't think we are strong enough to compete them until the end of the season. But then at the end of the day, I'm worried about Arsenal, even Newcastle. Newcastle are coming on 29 points. And Arsenal right now, they are behind us with the point and they're playing Ipswich Town. They're gonna win that game. But anyway, fuck all that. I think in terms of Chelsea roster, from where we're supposed to be, I think we're doing quite well. But I mean, it doesn't change the fact that we have to talk about the game that it was fucked up, right? Now let's talk about the match. I mean, let's look into our players for a second. Robert Sanchez, in my opinion, I thought he did very well today. I think there were two chances where we could have conceded a goal, and he actually did his magic. And listen, for the past 2, 3 games, he's been all right. He's been really good. Like I said, we have to give him praise as much as we used to criticize him. So I thought today he was superb. Of course, he conceded 2 goals, but some of those goals like wasn't necessarily his fault. It's just our defense. We went to sleep for a little bit. Malo Gusto, average for me today. Just didn't really do well. His defending was alright, but going forward, as we know, he's not the guy. Tosin, I thought he did well today, except for I think the 2 goals. I think he is to be blamed as well for. Actually, no, the first goal. Yeah, but I think all in all, I thought he did well. I think his partnership with Colwill starting to grow. Colwill himself, yeah, he did very well today, except for obviously the goal that we conceded. He's keeping his men on side. Now, as a defender, or if you're gonna want to compete at the highest level, you need to know your positions. You need to be aware of those moments. That's what separates the greatest and obviously mid. Now, Cucurella for me, it doesn't matter, what position he's playing, inverted, left back, even when he overlaps, playing next to Sancho, did very well. Even though he could have at least had a goal himself. These are the chances that I'm talking about. Kukurela could have scored a goal. Jadon Sancho could have scored a goal. Jackson, I can't even think of. We're gonna talk about Jackson for a little bit, but for me, if you don't take these chances from Cucurella, from Jackson, from Jadon Sancho, even Palmer himself, you're not gonna win matches. You're not gonna win matches. You have to take your chances. So for me, Cucurella, he did very well. Caicedo, each and every week we say the same thing, very well. Enzo Fernandez, for me, he did very well, even though there was a couple of shaky moments. But all in all, I thought he did very, very well. It's hard to praise your players when you lost the game. And I thought this game was we lost this game because we didn't want to do enough to win the match. It looked as though like we were tired in the final third. Every time we're trying to, you know, pass the ball, break the lines, we just couldn't do it. Now Cole Palmer, Jadon Sancho, and Jackson all did well. Jackson, we have to talk about Jackson for a little bit. Listen, I love Jackson, and I've always praised Jackson because I think he gives so much to the team, and that's part of the reason why I always prefer Jackson before Christopher Nkunku because Jackson gives you so much energy into the team. The way he presses, drops down, picking up the ball, linking up play, creating chances for other people. He's so good at that. But we have to talk about his finishing because now he kind of giving me the Jackson of like last season when he was missing bare chances. Kind of feels like that at the moment. But yeah, man, listen. All in all, we didn't really do well. We were playing with no energy at all. There was not enough energy after the goal. Before the goal, we were playing really well, and then after the goal, we just went to sleep. I don't know whether we're tired or we just thought, we closed the match, or maybe we were getting so frustrated with the way Fulham were defending because they were defending really, really well. Even when they were one man down, they still kept their positions, which was to play deep block. And we just couldn't get it. And I thought we got frustrated. And I think we saw this again when we we're playing Everton. It's kind of like now teams are going to look at this type of performances, the Everton one and then the Fulham one. They're going to look at this performance and be like, okay, the best way to win against Chelsea or to make Chelsea drop points, you have to play a deep block for as much as you can, frustrate them to a point where they'll just sort of like lose their faith in their ability. That's kind of what it looks like because to me, it felt like I was watching Everton again. And today, it wasn't even raining. It wasn't even raining. There was no wind. We were playing at home in front of our fan base. We should have been doing very well. Now, before I close this video, my last point, I'm going to talk about substitution because why did we make one substitute? Why did we only make Christopher Nkunku when we have players like João Felix on the bench? Why? I know our bench didn't really look good today because Madueke is not there, but why are we not playing João Felix? This is the kind of Everton game. These are the kind of games where you need players like João Felix because he is very technical. To your point, he can break lines, he can play in short spaces. Why are we not playing João Felix? For me, this loss it has to go obviously on the players, and I have to give it up to Maresca so because I thought our in-game management we didn't change nothing. So many times we kept trying to do the same thing and the same thing, it wasn't working, and we're trying to do the same thing and the same thing wasn't working. Why did we didn't change nothing? This in-game management was dead. Like dead, dead, dead. Substitutes dead. In-game management dead. So yeah, man, listen, at the end of the day, like I said, Chelsea are doing well in terms of like where we are on the table, the way we, the culture is changed and it's good to see. But you have to win matches like this. I know we keep saying we're not in a title race, we're not gonna win the league, we're fighting for top four. But at some point, you have to start winning games like this. Now, don't get me wrong though. All credit to Fulham because this is on a Fulham channel, but I kind of have to give them praise for their in-game management. They kept doing the same thing, kept frustrated us in the final third. They were defending really well, going forward, waiting for counter attacks. So it was really, really, really good. It was just a matter of Chelsea just changing and tweaking something which we didn't do. And that sucks, man. Listen, I'm gonna close video for now, but yeah, make sure you do subscribe, people, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Now, this is shit, bro.